Welcome to Mom's Timeout. My name is Kat, and I'm a mom to 3 lovely little children. I have a daughter who's 6, I have a son who's 5, and a daughter who's 2 years old. And behind me is Lily.
Yes, I'm Lily. I have a 4-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl. And I have a food blog at lillyskitchenlab.wordpress.com. I'd love for you to follow along with me.
Hi, my name is Allison. I am a mother of 2 boys. I have a kindergartner that's 5 and a half and a toddler that's 19 months.
Hi, I'm Allie. I have a 2-year-old girl, and you can find my blog at FromHolyToledoToYou.wordpress.com.
Hi, I'm Tammy. I have a 3-year-old girl who just started preschool. I also have a blog at waybeyondmotherhood.me, and Way is spelled W-E-I-G-H.
All right, so our topic of discussion today is
Time management and organization.
Yes.
And I need help with both.
I have a few tips for time management and planning for some moms. And the main issue I think as moms that we have, or I should say what starts off first thing, is the whole morning routine. Some tips I have to make your mornings run a lot smoother are to start the night before. You're going to do homework the night before, you're going to do lunches the night before, and you're going to have your children select their clothes the night before. I say have your children select their clothes because I think it's important that they get involved in the process. Once my daughter turned, I want to say 4, I let her kind of go ahead and pick some things out. Now, mind you, some of the stuff is ridiculous. I mean, you can't wear a tutu to preschool.
Right.
You have to draw the line.
Right.
But, I mean, she got into the, routine of being able to go upstairs and picking out what she wanted. And now that she's older, she can just go ahead and pick it out. I okay it, make sure it's appropriate, and then she's ready for the next day. And in the morning, I think it's really important that you get up before the children. Get up before the entire household. Take charge of your morning. You get 10 minutes to zen. I think that is like the best thing ever. I personally can't function unless I have my coffee. So I get up out of bed before everyone else and I go downstairs and I make my coffee. I have a sip of coffee. I feed the animals, do some laundry, and then I set my timer. I get 15 minutes to read. There's your me time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other issue I think a lot of moms have, is there's never any me time. But it is possible. You just have to make it possible. Those little egg timers, I tell you, they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And do make sure you time it, because if I didn't time it, I could read forever.
All morning.
Right. Like, oh, the next chapter, I can't wait. I want to read more. And then after I do all this, it's time to get everyone to school, so on and so forth. But I think one of the biggest things moms have issues with is the computer. Mm-hmm. It calls to us in the morning. We have to know, oh my gosh, how did that event go last night? I wasn't able to make it, and I have to know. Or did so-and-so have her baby? Or what's going on? So we want to get, right.
Yeah, pictures.
We want to get on Facebook right away. But don't do it. Don't do it in the morning. You'll waste so much time on there, and you'll be like, oh shoot, the kids have got to be to school in 10 minutes. I've been on Facebook for the past hour and a half.
I think I'll just check my weather and my news, and then it just snowballs.
Yeah, that's true.
It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, so definitely just try to stay away from the computer. That's probably my best advice. In the morning, don't touch the computer. Right. Later on in the afternoon, once you have, a good amount of things completed for the day, and when my kiddos go down for quiet time, that's my time to go ahead and get on the computer, and again, set your little timer.
Right.
So, okay, we'll move on.
Well, if you're anything like me, you have a crazy household and you have learned to depend on products that make your household run a little smoother. A couple things that I have learned to love and appreciate is there is a toy box I got from IKEA that the actual toy compartment rolls completely out and it turns into a desk. And yeah, their chairs are the right height to go under the desk. So he can draw, do whatever on his desk, and then you can roll the toy box under, or I keep them separated actually. Bath time, I've noticed toys end up all over the bathroom and they become, all of them have like a little hole in it, they become like a nasty mildewed mess. And I have learned to love the Frog Pod by Boone. It's from Target. It has a scoop that you can scoop all the toys up and rinse and then hang on a little frog that hangs on your wall. And all the water drains out and everything dries, and then when bath time comes again, everything is ready to go. Another thing is forward facing bookshelves are actually pretty popular, which I think is a great idea, because when books, you can only see the spine, a lot of kids, can't see what they're looking for. That way everything is facing outward. There's a number of companies that have bookshelves you can just buy, and Pinterest has great ideas for things you can recreate as a forward-facing bookshelf. I've seen plate racks, I've seen leaning shelves, I've seen everything. So a lot of good ideas on Pinterest, and that is also a good example of a time waster, because I could spend 3 hours on there. So
I think I've spent that amount of time on there in one sitting.
yeah, so another problem I have, and it drives me crazy, is junk mail, papers, bills, Hudson's homework. It's always everywhere. Something I picked up from Kat's blog, Mom on the Go in Holy Toledo, was to buy a organizer kind of like this, but I got a box. It's a box for file folders, and that way it can sit out in my house. It doesn't look weird, like, what's that doing there? It just looks like it's part of the decor. Also, it's big enough that I can add to it if there's other items I want to put in there that are pertinent. Another thing I really like is my husband had a couple magnetic strips in his apartment when we were dating, and he would keep his bills on there and stuff he needed to pay, and there's nowhere to really put it in my house, so I actually son's art room, and I hang his artwork on there. And also we can rotate that, because every time I turn around he's bringing more home from school. It's like that's all they do is
I know,
projects.
constantly,
It's
every
like they
day.
bring-
It's like all you've been doing is coloring all day and doing art projects.
I
Did you
know.
do anything else?
So that's something where I can put it out, we can see it. It's not on the fridge, because the fridge fills up fast. And then he's happy, because he's worked on something, he wants us to see it. Another problem we were having was pictures were sitting on the digital camera. They weren't making it on the computer. I know my iPad doesn't have a ton of memory on it, so I couldn't really dump an entire camera on there every single time I took a ton. Like, sometimes I just want every single shot, because I may look at it in a couple months and say,
Right.
hey, I kind of like that shot. So my husband found a memory card called the i5 memory card. It's a memory card that goes into your camera, and then there's a receiver that goes on your desktop or whatever, and you basically turn on your desktop, turn on your camera, the pictures go from the camera to the desktop like a remote, and you don't even have to think about it, and then they're there. You can email them, upload them to Facebook, whatever.
You don't lose any picture quality?
No, everything's great. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know, it seemed too good to be true, to be honest with you.
Definitely.
Yeah, but after using it for a while, I would say I'd swear by it. But a problem we were having was scheduling. My husband would have some work event, and it would conflict with something that I had to do or something with my son, and so I decided to revamp the way that we communicated our schedules to each other. And something I saw on Pinterest that was amazing, and we use it all the time, is it's a 8x10 photo frame. You put craft paper behind the glass, and then write whatever you want on the 8x10 frame with a dry erase marker, and then it's right there. You can, whatever, pick the cat up from the vet. My cat's been going to the vet lately, so we would forget we were there.
That's much better than me writing on my bathroom mirror, because I use a dry erase
See,
marker
that's
on
a
the
good idea
mirror.
too.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
that.
see, I like
That's
that.
really good.
That's good.
So what was that again? Just go ahead and get the.
It's an 8x10 frame,
Okay.
and craft paper and dry erase markers. I got the magnetic dry erase markers, so they go right on the fridge.
Okay.
They don't just end up wherever. Also, another problem was, and this drove me absolutely crazy until we solved it, was when we'd walk in the back door, there would be no place to take off shoes. There would be no place to put coats. So we bought a bench with a shoe rack underneath, and a shelf with they said it's a hat rack, but I mean, I hang coats on it. And then there was a shelf, put a basket to catch hats, whatever. I mean, ever since we got that, it's been so much easier, but I just remember walking in and it just being a complete drag, because it's just sit on the floor, take off your shoes, or just kick them off, or
Right.
whatever. So there's a place to sit, it's organized, you know. Little things like that are important, you know, it makes your day go easier, it eliminates frustration.
It does. Just
You
like
know,
relax.
yeah, it
I
does.
hear
It's
you.
like a zen kind of a feeling when you solve a problem. So those are things that have worked for me, but
So are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
definitely.
We're going to take a trip to the kitchen. Now I'm going to show you some breakfast ideas to help with time management in the morning. So I'm going to show you how to make a new trend in breakfast, and it's called overnight refrigerator oatmeal. And it's something you can make the night before, and your kids can just grab it when they wake up in the morning. You don't even have to pour it out for them. They can just grab their own little jar, or if they have their own little plastic bowl, you can make it in any type of bowl you'd like. So I'm going to start with about a 1/4 cup of yogurt. You can use any flavor, but this one is going to be peaches and cream oatmeal. So I've got some peach oatmeal in there, and to that I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of oats. And you don't have to be exact, just an estimate is good. It's very forgiving. It can be adjusted in the morning as well. So to the yogurt and the oats, I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of milk as well. And you can use soy milk, almond milk. I like mine with almond milk. Just whatever your diet needs are, you can adjust for those. Also, if you have allergies, you can completely eliminate the milk or the yogurt as well, and just add a couple of tablespoons more of milk, of soy milk or almond milk. So to get the peach flavor in there a little bit more, I'm going to dice up a peach. Part of time management is making sure your fruit is ripe on time, but in this case mine wasn't. So I'm just going to use a canned peach and just sort of chop it up roughly and add it in. All right. You got to see what we're doing.
Don't make me bump you.
So there we go, there's that. And then to really boost the nutrition of this, I'm going to add in some chia seeds. And that gives extra antioxidants, and it actually has more omega-3s than your flax seeds.
Really? I
Yes.
didn't know that.
And that really
Yeah.
puffs it up. And by morning time, the oats will be soft enough to just eat right out of the refrigerator.
So if you add extra milk, it's going to thicken it anyway, because it's a great thickener.
Yeah, yes. And then I'm also going to get the creaminess of peaches and cream, I'm going to take just about a 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of cream cheese and just make little pea-sized chunks in there and just drop them in little by little. And here we go. And now for the fun part. All you have to do is put the lid on, shake it up, or if you put it in a regular bowl, just stir it up and pop it in the refrigerator. And you have breakfast ready for the morning when time is most hectic. A couple of other things I do for the morning time is when I make pancakes, I will freeze extras. I just put them on a cooling rack into the freezer. As long as they're frozen individually before you put them in the bag, then they won't stick together. And for dinner time, we're not so good at following through with my meal plan in my house. A lot of times I forget to thaw meat. So I like to have hummus on hand and vegetables. It's just a quick, easy dinner. Great for summertime when you're busy outside playing all day.
Or it's so hot you don't want to cook.
Yeah,
Right,
so,
yeah.
that happened a lot this summer. So that's another little backup plan for when time management fails. You're sort of
Right.
planning a backup plan, and that is a good time management as well.
Good ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those.
So do you guys want to try
Yeah,
it?
I do.
Hang on.
Oh, thank you.
And tell me what you think.
That is really good.
Delicious.
I like it.
I like.
Good. I'm glad you do.
I could eat this every morning. And you can put any type of fruit in here you want.
Yes, definitely. Any yogurt, you can mix it up. I'm
What
gonna
about
put this.
apples? Keep apples in here?
Yeah, that'd be good, like apple cinnamon.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put this recipe on my blog. Again, it's lilieskitchenlab.wordpress.com. I'm also gonna post a lemon berry one and a couple other ideas for you as well. So I hope you'll check it out.